What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dominic Rich. I'm here for a very early live stream to talk about the finals of the 2019 AFC Asian Cup between Japan and Qatar. A match that Qatar went on to win. Awesome stuff. I wanted Qatar to win this game. Let me just say that. Let me put that on record. I did predict Japan to win the game because they look like, the team that were actually going to win the damn thing. But Qatar, they stole our hearts. Let's just say that. They stole our hearts, throughout the tournament, the way they played. And they came out victorious, deservedly. They won the tournament. Awesome performance throughout the entire competition, only conceding a single goal. What an awesome achievement. They could have been the first team to win a title without actually conceding a goal. I don't think it was ever done before, but they only conceded once, which is a feat in its own right. Let me just say that. So welcome everyone in the live stream right now. I really appreciate you, joining and tuning in once again. I know a lot of you guys might be happy that I actually live stream a lot earlier than usual because I usually, leave it for late. But today I said, you know what, let me do it early. Let me get it out the way because I have a few things to do today as well. So, here we are to talk about the grand final. The Asian Cup is over. It's done. Guys, it was one hell of a month. It was an awesome month of football, but it has now come to an end. So are you guys ready to talk about the final, man? Are you ready to talk about the final? Because I am definitely ready to talk about the final. To be completely honest, guys, I set my alarm to wake up 8:40, right? I set my alarm to wake up 8:40 a.m. in my time, New York time, Eastern time. And I woke up and I don't know what happened. I went back to sleep. I woke up an hour later and I was like, oh my God, I hope I didn't miss the entire final. But I caught the game at 35 minutes in and I was like, 2-0 to Qatar. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow. Look at this. Am I dreaming? But, Qatar 2-0 up in the first half. It was awesome. I woke up and met the score 2-0 to Qatar. I was like, I hope I didn't miss, a lot of the game. And I hope I didn't miss any really, big events in the game. But I did. I missed the first two goals. But I actually got to watch the replay, when the halftime break came up. But Qatar, man. Qatar. Champions of the 2019 AFC Asian Cup. The first time they have got past the quarterfinals in the entire Asian Cup history. And they went on to win the title. So, from the point in time where I caught the game, it was all Japan. It was all Qatar under defense. Japan just, coming at them. Halftime break, watch the replay. And I was like astonished. The first goal scored by Almoez Ali, guys. Oh my goodness. This is just cream of the crop stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just, to just top off things. Cherry on top, whipped cream, cherry on top to top off his tournament. It was an awesome tournament for the young man. And what a goal. Ball passed to him, back to the goal, and he brings it up, and juggles it maybe twice, 2 touches, bam, up in the air. And the most audacious thing a player can do, a bicycle kick, an overhead kick. And he scores. He did not get, enough purchase on it, but it was just perfect. It was just perfect execution by the young man, Almoez Ali. And I was like, whoa, what did I just see there? That was awesome. And the second goal scored by, what's his name? Aziz. it was remarkable. I was like, oh my freaking God. This is crazy. This is crazy. And this is the player that actually came back from suspension. You know, Abdel Aziz Hatim. What a goal. Left-footed shot to beat Gonda in goal, and it was like spectacular. It was just spectacular. What a goal. Japan, they were silenced. They didn't know what hit them. It was just amazing. It was just freaking amazing stuff, you know. 2-0 to Qatar going into the first half. In this match, Japan made one change. They brought in Shiotoni for Endo. And for Qatar, I think they made two changes. Bassam Al-Rawi came in and for Al-Hadri, and we saw Abdel Aziz Hatim coming in for I'll tell you who he came in for. Give me 1 second. But it was for forward. I know this guy, but his name is not coming to my head right now. Give me 1 second. It's not crazy important, but, you know, still, it is actually, you know. But these two guys came in and basically it strengthened an already powerful Qatari team. He came in for Budaif. So these two players were suspended, and if we've been following the tournament, whoever's been following the tournament, these are two guys who has scored in previous matches, you know. Abdul Aziz Hatem has, you know, he scored, I think, the winner against one of the games, one of the very, in the quarterfinal, I think he scored in the quarterfinal, he scored the winner, and Al-Rawi scored the winner in the round of 16 fixture versus Iraq, and he is an Iraqi-born player. So it was an awesome display by Qatar, man. They did not chop and change too much. They stuck to their guns. You know, they brought in the guys who were suspended, and seamlessly, they came back into the team seamlessly. The team has depth, and, you know, it has been a complete 360 of this whole Qatari football team. It's amazing. Last tournament, knocked out in the group phase, losing all 3 games, and look now, go on to win the tournament. So, second half. It was the same thing from when I started watching the game. It was all Japan on the attack. Qatar just, you know, defending for their lives. You know, Qatar had, you know, the better first half up until maybe, you know, when they scored their second goal. But after they scored their second, it was all Japan. It was all Japan. For those of you guys who actually watched the game, you could see what I'm talking about. You know exactly, you know, what I'm talking about. And Qatar defended very well. They defended very well. The goalkeeper wasn't really tested. The defenders did a really good job. The forwards, midfielders came back to assist the, you know, in the back there, and they, you know, they kept out Japan up until the 69th minute when Takumi Minamino, he got a pass right on the edge of the box, and, you know, he turned really nicely and he chipped Al-Sheeb in goal, who conceded his first goal of the tournament. I was like, damn, I didn't want him to concede. I want him to go on to win the tournament without conceding a single goal, but did not happen. It wasn't meant to be. But it was a good goal. It was a really good goal. Japan kept the pressure on, and it finally paid off. It was a really slick move, and you needed something really slick, really fast in order to break down this Qatari team, because they did not concede for the entire tournament. But Minamino, who has been one of Japan's best players, you know, at the tournament, he scored. Japan was actually, you know, on the hunt for goals, obviously, 2-1 down, and Qatar had a brilliant opportunity. Before they scored their third, they had a brilliant opportunity to score, you know, to go 3-1 up. They had a breakaway, a rare breakaway, and Aziz, man, Afif, my bad, Akram Afif broke away, you know, it was like 1 on 3 defenders, and he really, really, dealt with it very nicely. Held up the play until he got help. Abdullah Aziz Hatem came in to help him as Afif slipped but managed to get up and chipped over the ball to Aziz, but he wasn't able to put it past Gonda. That was a brilliant, brilliant opportunity, and, he screwed up there. But, Qatar, they had another breakaway. Which resulted in a corner. And the corner came in, and Almoez Ali, I think it was Almoez Ali who went up. Can't recall who went up, but I think it was Almoez Ali. Headed the ball into Maya Yoshida's hand, and the players protested for penalty. The ball went away. The referee didn't see it. But, of course, guys, we have VAR at the tournament, and he called it back. Maya Yoshida handed the ball, penalty for Qatar. At that point, I thought that, Almoez Ali was going to step up to get 10 goals in the tournament. But Afif, man, Akram Afif deserves to, get that goal. I don't think he scored any goals at the tournament. But he has been an awesome player for Qatar. One of their best players, one of their, shining stars. And he stepped up to put away that penalty excellently past Gonda. It was 3-1. He celebrated by taking off his shirt, running to the crowd and doing that, that boxing celebration. That was awesome. He did receive a yellow card for it, but at that point in time, it was irrelevant. It didn't matter. But what a performance by Qatar. Japan went back on the attack. They created a few more chances, but they failed to really test the Qatari goalkeeper. Japan played well, guys. Japan played well. They controlled, most of the possession, and, they had more chances. But they actually weren't as clinical today as they were in the previous games at all. 12 shots at goal, 1 single shot on target. According to my source, Qatar, 9 shots at goal, 3 on target. All 3 of their goals, were their only shots on target. 62% possession by Japan, 38 by Qatar, or let's say 60-40 possession. Japan 493 passes with an 82% pass completion, and Qatar 327 passes with a 75% pass completion. The reason why they had less passes and a worse pass completion is because most of the time they're clearing the balls. When they get their possession, they're clearing the balls out of their own defense. Majority of the game was played in Qatar's half of the field. That's how crazy it was. But Qatar, man, they're deadly on the counter, and whenever they're in, Japan's attacking defensive third, they're attacking third. They're just freaking amazing, man. Amazing. So Qatar goes on to win the Asian Cup, 2019 Asian Cup final, 3-1 to lift the title for their first time ever in their history. Japan, of course, we all should know, has won it on 4 occasions, and they weren't able to make it a 5th. The turnout was great. The final, it was jam-packed, full house. A lot of Qatari fans. I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they actually, opened the floodgates to let them in. But it was a lot of Qatari fans, a lot of Japanese fans who were distraught at the end. Very, very distraught. I remember that guy who was wearing that costume when his face was all white and he was in a costume. I don't know what that thing is called. But at the end, dying embers of the game, he took it off and you could see his face like he's crying. And it was just a sad moment for the Japanese fans, Qatar fans in the stadium were Omanis. Oh, thank you very much. I figured a lot of the Qatari supporters were actually adopted supporters, supporting Qatar. because we all know that they did not, the people from the UAE did not let the Qatari people come into their country to support the team at the tournament. Well, a lot of people from other countries, as Sammy said, were actually supporting Qatar, because I did not actually see anything that the Qatari fans were actually, allowed to come into the United Arab Emirates, because remember, these two countries, their, diplomatic relations has deteriorated to a point where, Qataris can't come into the country and vice versa. But hopefully, they mend their relations, because the 2022 World Cup will be held in Qatar, and a lot of countries need, to fix their relations with Qatar in order for them to loosen their immigration policy and stuff, to allow, people from, let's say, Egypt and neighboring countries who are not really friends with Qatar right now to come into the country. But, what an exciting tournament. And as Advenko says, this will piss the UAE off even more. It will, and I did say it. I did say it in previous live streams. But I wanted Qatar to win this tournament because of the whole narrative and everything. Them hosting 2022 World Cup, them going into the Copa America, them going to the UAE, an unfriendly nation to them. And the fact that they won't even be hosting the Confederations Cup, and now they have clinched a spot at the Confederations Cup as AFC champions. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. It couldn't have worked out better for Qatar. A lot of people were actually saying that, oh, why is Qatar hosting a World Cup? It's a controversial topic, and it's not even on the, human rights stuff that going on, and people saying that they actually bought the World Cup and everything. It's just that, people were saying that they're not a good team. Historically, not really a good team. But if you look, Qatar has won, recent Gulf Cup competitions, they have qualified for the Asian Cup, and now they won the damn thing, man. And it does not take long to improve. And a lot of people don't realize that it does not take long to improve, If this today you're not good at something, if you work on it every day from now, 2 years from now, you're going to be really, really good. And people are going to be like, whoa. What happened there? It's just about hard work, determination, perseverance. It pays off. It pays off. And that's what we see here with Qatar, They have a lot of players from different nationalities, who probably some of them came there to play in the Qatari League, end up qualifying as a, citizen, and some of them born elsewhere came to Qatar, but it's an awesome achievement. Qatar is such a small country. I was there looking at the map of, the Middle Eastern region and all of that, and just looking to see where some of these countries are located geographically. And Qatar is just this little thing that's pointing out of Saudi Arabia, this little piece of land, almost completely surrounded by water, and and I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that they're actually going to host the World Cup in that place. You know what I'm saying? It is amazing. But the thing about Qatar is very, very wealthy nation, and money goes a long way. It goes a long way. So, it's amazing, man. It was an amazing tournament, and I'm glad that I covered the damn thing in its entirety. Like, I did not take any days off. If you really look at it, no days off, covered all the games, made sure I talk about everything, and everything. Namely, Joe, come on, man. Why are you asking some silly questions, man? Stop asking silly questions. Because why are you asking when is the 2022? When is, come on. When is the World Cup? Anyways. Thank you, everyone who joined the stream today, man. I really appreciate you guys, stopping by to talk to me and everything. EFJ's up in here. Sammy Kiani. EFJ said the penalty looked questionable. No, 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 no. The penalty is not questionable at all. It was a penalty. Your hands are not supposed to be up there. When defending a header, your hands can't be up there. If the ball end up hitting your hand, it is a penalty. Your hand's supposed to, I understand players are going up to try to, help them, putting up their hands to help them leap, but that was a lapse in concentration there by, Maya Yoshida. It was a penalty. Come on, guys. It's a final. You're not going to give a penalty for that. Come on. It's a penalty. It's not, hands are not supposed to be there. It ain't supposed to be there. So Sami Kiani says, Akram Afif, 1 goal and 10 assists. So it was Afif who assisted those Almoez Ali goals versus North Korea, was it? Was it Afif? Because I get mixed up with the names there, Aziz and Afif. But I know Afif, someone, provided a lot of assists in that game. But thank you very much for that stat. That's an awesome, awesome, awesome stat. I wouldn't have been surprised if Akram Afif won the player of the tournament. I wouldn't have been surprised at all. But, the player of the tournament went to Almoez Ali, for his 9 goals. And, of course, he won the top goal scorer award for his 9 goals. We saw Japan winning the Fair Play Award and Saad Al-Sheeb winning the Best Goalkeeper of the Tournament award. Qatar, champions of the AFC Asian Cup. Awesome, awesome stuff, man. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. How amazing, man. How amazing. How amazing. So, guys, since, I talk about the final already, if you guys have any questions for me, you could ask them right now. I'll take some questions. I don't want to make this live stream too long and crazy. So if you have any questions for me right now, you can ask them. I have a few things to do. Dom, never say Khaled Ice is one of the best Asian goalkeeper. Well, he is, but I don't know what happened, man. I really don't know what happened. Oh, hopeful Indian football team just donated. Is that $20 in his currency? Thank you very much. I don't know how much that, translate to. Well, it actually converts to 28 cents, my money. But thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man. Awesome, awesome stuff. Hopeful Indian football team. My man, Ritam. What's up? What's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by, to catch the live stream. You see, this early live stream, I'm catching a lot of people, man, and I think when I live stream, I should do it a bit earlier, but sometimes it's just that, the day has already gone, and I'm like, you know what, let me do a live stream real quick. Yes, Sammy, man, Isa, horrible tournament, man, horrible tournament. Pulled off some good saves, but all in all, I don't know what it was. Maybe the pressure of hosting, the tournament, but it was a horrible goalkeeping, goalkeeping display by Khaled Isa. So, oh yes, I just saw someone says Ali Dows, don't forget your Qatar jersey. Yes, I'm gonna buy a Qatar jersey, definitely. Qatar will be one of the teams, I'll be looking very closely at in the, upcoming future. I will be keeping an eye on this Qatari team, definitely. So, Arafat Amir Mohammed, which teams do you think will qualify for the FIFA 2022 from Asia? Well, I actually did early prediction, but I did an early prediction, but I'm going to change that video, obviously, because, as I said, countries developed, in quick time, and I have to change. That was just an early thing that I did in the 100-day countdown to the World Cup. So it's a tough one. It's a really, really, really tough one. The host, 4.5 places, so 5.5 spots, let's say 6 spots up for grabs for Asia. It's hard to predict who's going to qualify. Like say 5 spots. Qatar already there. We like to believe that Japan and South Korea will qualify. So the other 3 spots, will be up for grabs. It's really tough to predict. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, Thailand, Australia, Iran. Don't forget Iran, but question marks over Iran as well going forward because of, managerial switch and everything coming up. It's hard. It's a tricky one, It's a tricky one. But it's going to be a hard one to predict. And when I do make up my mind, I'll let you guys know, definitely. Will you do Euro 2020 qualifiers, match day predictions and reactions? Of course, it's a tournament. I'm going to be talking about it. It's a, qualifiers for a tournament. I will be doing the major international tournaments coming up. Champions League coming up as well. UEFA, Europa League again. I will be covering those tournaments too. It's a lot of work, man. A lot of work to do. A lot of work. A lot of work. Anna edits almost at 20K. Love your channel. Thank you very much. 20K is only a number. I wish the 20K actually came out, to watch the videos, but subscriber count is only a number. I appreciate the people who come back again and again and again and again and again. So whenever, I do get subscribers, say for example, throughout the Asian Cup, I got 1,000 subscribers. Unless, let's say, 300 of those 1,000 people keep coming back to watch the videos, it doesn't even matter when you really look at it, when you really think about it, but I really appreciate all the support. Okay, so guys, any more questions? It came out that Courage was given no money by the Ministry of Sport and had to fund travel, friendlies, etc. by Qatar. Wow. Have to look into that. Fun fact, Qatar is the first World Cup host since West Germany in 1974 to host the World Cup as continental champions. So basically you're saying Qatar is the first country to win like a major international competition before they host the World Cup. Russia did not win the Euros. I think Brazil did not win the Copa America 2011. South Africa, of course, did not win the AFCON. We all know Germany did not win Euro 2004. That was Greece. But wait, Japan, you see, now I'm going back in the archives here. Remember, 2000 Asian Cup was won by Japan, and they hosted the 2002 World Cup with South Korea. Ha. Brian, I think I got you with that one. Let's say one of the nations, one of the nations to do it. So, went back in the archives, man, to just show you guys I know a little thing or two, you know what I'm saying? I know a little thing or two. But guys, man, I really appreciate you tuning in for this live stream. I'm not gonna make it too long, half hour. I think it's good enough to talk about the final because, those people going back to watch the replay. And we'll be doing a lot more live streams in, the upcoming future to talk about a lot of things. All right, Gamma, what's up? What is the best team to make a crucial comeback in the Asian Cup 2019, in your opinion? A crucial comeback. Well, that, Iraq comeback versus Vietnam was one of the best comebacks of the tournament. Definitely one of the best comebacks of the tournament. Yeah. One that I could definitely recall. As you said, my opinion, that was one of the best comebacks to win the game, you know. That goal by Ali Adnan, one of the best goals of the tournament, to that, you know, left-footed free kick. But guys, my best goal of the tournament came in this final. It has to be. Definitely has to be that goal by Almoez Ali, that bicycle kick. Best goal of the tournament. He has scored a lot of really good goals of the tournament, but this one is just, you know, cream of the crop, cherry on top. Definitely goal of the tournament. The one by Abdulaziz Hatim was also up there, you know, but he scored two good goals in the tournament. But this has to be it, man. This has to be it. You know, which Asian teams do you think can upset top European sides? It's hard, man. These top European teams are really hard to beat. Let me just put it there. They're very hard to beat. But, you know, as we saw at the World Cup, you know, Iran, they can rob some of these teams. Japan as well. South Korea, of course, they smashed Germany. And we have to throw Qatar in the mix. So that answers your question. But guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream today. It has been 31 minutes, man. I appreciate it. You know, you following the entire tournament. Go check out the Asian Cup playlist to just reminisce on the tournament if you want to. I worked really hard, you know, sacrificed a lot of time, and I appreciate you guys 199%. Thank you very much again, every single one of you. Doesn't matter who you are, the mods, every one of you just stopping in. Really appreciate it. You know, we will do a lot more tournaments in the future. I have been doing tournaments since 2017. You know, we have the 2019 Gold Cup coming up, CONCACAF Gold Cup, CONMEBOL Copa America coming up. We have the UEFA Nations League finals coming up. We have Euro qualifiers. We have Champions League, Europa League, and all that good stuff. I might even, you know, do the AFC Champions League. Like I actually attempted to do that last year, but it was a little too much. I will see what I can do in terms of that. But guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, man, congratulations to Qatar. Hard luck to Japan. These two teams will be, you know, vying for the Copa America in 2019 as well. You know, Qatar, all the best, you know, 2022 World Cup. And it was a great tournament, man. It was an impressive tournament. My first one. And you guys were great. So, guys, until my next video, peace out. Rich Squad.